Episode 213. I've decided that Komori Moriko's Moogle name should be Kumori Moogliko, using the Ku of the naming convention of the Land Moogles, I think it was, and the Sky Moogle naming convention of using Moogle or Mog or whatever. Kumori Moogliko. No one's going to call her that, except me. Anyway, we're not here for the Moogles, we're here for these Dragoons, I guess, exploring into this region, which I guess is going to lead back into the Moogles, which is what we're really here for. This is a unfortunate time to actually be recording this. We're losing sunlight in Eorzea, and all the cutscenes are going to be in the dark. And the weather is cloudy too. It was actually looking pretty good not too long ago. Who's crafting all the way out here? Well, I know why she's here. We'll get to that later. Komori, we have need of your aid once again. A unit of scouts has been dispatched to the northeast, and I would have you bolster their strengths. I was meant to go myself, but I've received a report that a dragoon from another scouting party was wounded. I will go and assist them. I apologize, the burden must fall on you, but we have no other choice. Godspeed, Komori. No need to apologize, this is how it usually goes. Hurry to the northeast and support our scouts there. Godspeed, Komori. North is this way. This island? Oh, up there. You know, you also have to give us directions in the Z-axis, or whatever it would be. What would that be? There's north, south, east, and west. North, south, east, and west, and then... well, whatever. Zenus and Azimuth? No, it would be... well, I guess Zenus is where we are, right? Is that actually, like, referring to the Z direction? I think it actually is. What else would it be? Knowing what little I know about, like, reading stars in the skies or whatever. I think there was Zenus and Nadir or something. Yeah, Zenus would be the top and Nadir would be the bottom. So the instructions she could have given us would be northeast in the Zenus direction, which I guess would just be more confusing if she would say to go in the direction of Zenus, which is actually a place here. Okay, we'll have to workshop how to call out Z direction. The mighty Komori has come to our aid. Lion has sent word that she would come herself, but to have the adventurer who slew Nidhal come is an unexpected godsend. We hope to use this area as a base for our scouting missions, but the blood dragons stalking about are making things a bit difficult. Mayhap you could help us by saying, say, 3 of them? I'll try to keep up with you. We'll hold you to it. We can't very well continue on with our mission if the blood dragons keep smashing our tools. If you take down 3 of them, that should give us the room we require. And once again, getting more mileage out of this one area you would never come to otherwise. Oh, we're not in it. Or are we? No, we're not. Just mana warded. I don't want to leave my ley lines. This is why they give you mana ward. So you don't have to leave your ley lines, you're allowed to tank the hit. It's the rule. And that one over there, I guess. Alright, that good enough for you? You made quick work of those dragons. I was only able to slay one myself. Oh, he was actually trying to keep up. Well, for all we know, he could be lying. We should be able to begin scouting in earnest now, thanks to you. We're not done yet, though. Gods damn it, they're nowhere in sight. You see, the blood dragons got a little too close for comfort not too long ago, and while trying to drive them off, I lost track of 2 very valuable aetherometers. We use them to measure the aether levels in the churning mists, and they were specially made for this thin atmosphere, and are nigh irreplaceable. If we don't return them intact, then our mission here will have been for naught. Please, Komoi, help us locate them. Okay, sure. You want to give us like a heading or something? I guess they're just kind of in the area. The blasted aetherometers have to be around here somewhere. Keep looking for them. Sure, just in the area. Even more mileage out of the area, I guess. Oh, there's one. They're quite big, actually. How do you lose this? I guess the dragons carry them off somewhere or something? Kinda seems more likely they would smash such delicate pieces of equipment. And such big ones, too. Relatively big, anyway. Back here, maybe? No, that's outside of the ring. Already checked here. So it would have to be there, I guess. Just kind of out in the open. The other one was kind of in a dilapidated building. This one's just kind of sitting here. Maybe they only look big because I'm a Lalafell. I guess they're kind of smaller for any other taller race. They're still the size of a microscope, which is not small. They're called microscopes not because they're small, but because they look at small things. They're actually pretty hefty. How goes your search for the aetherometers? They're huge, but we got them. Oh, many thanks, Komoi. Let's see. Excellent. The measurements seem to still be intact. With this, the first step of our mission ends in success. I'd hate to ask another favor of you, oh would you? But could you please bring these aetherometers to my inn? I'll remain here and continue my duties. Yeah, I guess they're better off not here in the middle of nowhere. At least there's a sort of forward operating base over by the airship, that one table. I was going to ask where this guy's airship is, like how he gets around, but he's a Dragoon, he can just jump. They only need the airship to like get to this area, and all these Dragoons can just jump wherever else they need to go in the area. Ah, there it is. So, how are the scouts to the northeast faring? I trust with your help, there haven't been any mishaps. Here are your heavy aetherometers. Ah, the measurements for the aetherometers have already been completed. Let's see. Godspeed good. Sir Estinian's report included mention of the Eyrie, but we didn't anticipate the etheric energy to be this powerful. If we send this to the congregation, they should be able to glean even more information in their analysis. You have our thanks, Komoi. But I guess you want even more, right? Don't worry, we're here for the long haul. Komoi, while you were assisting our scouts to the northeast, 2 locations were discovered to the west that appear to be ancient battlefields. I think these would be ideal places to take etheric measurements. I've sent scouts to each location already, but the ever-present threat of attack makes it difficult for them to obtain accurate readings. Please, Komoi, ensure their safety whilst they perform their duties. Head to Sawston Walls first, and meet with my scout. He'll let you know what's required of you. I guess we can assume it's to the south. Nope, it's actually to the west. Right, that's what she said. It's called Sawston Walls, but it's actually to the west. I guess it's south of the Western Walls, or Waters, whatever. This is the right direction, right? Kinda seems like we're heading... Oh, up there. Okay. All the way up here, huh? No problem for a Dragoon. Komoi, Mayan sent word of your arrival. Your strength shall prove to be a tremendous help to our work. It's actually interesting seeing a bunch of Dragoons that aren't Estinian out and about. It is a whole, like, wing, whatever you would call it, a battalion of the Ishgardian army, or whatever. The area is crawling with dinosaurs, making it impossible to set up the aerometers to obtain accurate readings. I don't know, seems like you could set it up right here. Seems kind of in a nook that doesn't matter to the dragons. Kind of hidden away. We need you to provide a distraction while we set up the aerometers. If you say 3 of them, that should provide us ample time. It's usually 3, unless it's not. It shouldn't take long to finish setting up the aerometers. We should be done by the time you say 3 of them. Sometimes it's 2, rarely it's 1. Sometimes we see 4, not as much 5, and I think maybe one time we've seen 6. I can't really say. Luckily these 2 are right next to each other, so I don't have to leave my ley lines. I'm so glad I can finally say that sentence now. I don't have to leave my ley lines, or I don't want to leave my ley lines, either one. They should decrease the charge time on ley lines to 60 seconds, or 15 seconds, or 0 seconds, just always be allowed to place it. Well no, that would ruin the balance of like staying inside your ley lines if you could always place it. I just want to always place them down is what I'm saying. You know, keep the 120 second cooldown or whatever. Just give us 10 stacks of ley lines, how about that? I'll settle for 5 stacks. Roar and gnash their teeth as they might, the dinosaurs were no match for the likes of you. We managed to set up the aerometers without incident, although I must admit it would have been a treat to see you fight for a bit longer. Oh, you could see it from up here, huh? At least these guys have the decency to have the next quest from the same guy that finished the last quest, or whatever. No wandering around like with the Moogles last time. I must wait until the aerometers are done with their measurements. Do you think you could check on the scouting party at the other battlefield? They've been dispatched to the north, and no doubt they are facing the same trouble as I have been. Pray help them if they require it. I guess that would be the Western Waters to the north. Oh, the flying didn't activate there. Because I had already jumped off before the mount was actually triggered. And yeah, here it is, the northern Western Waters. We flew by all of these just when I unlocked flying to get the lay of the land, but I didn't realize we'd actually be going back here. Even if it is for just like one-off questline or something. Don't think we'll ever be back here after this quest. Ah, this guy's building isn't as tall as the other one. Although... Nope, it's not as tall. I thought this island might be a little bit more elevated, but it actually seems a bit lower in elevation, so... Just the short end of the dragoon stick, I guess. Ah, it's the adventurer. You've come just in time. I'm in dire need of help. I finished setting up my aetherometers, but on the way back to my post, a dinosaur attacked and stole my scouting report. I'm not sure which one made off with the report, but I don't think it could have gone far. I'll do what I can to help you find it. It was the dinosaurs that hulk about that stole the expedition report. So keep killing them till you find it. Great plan. I'll lend what aid I can as well. You know, it's a lot more gruesome when these guys are actually sentient, not just like monsters. And actually, let's get close enough to attack this one. Don't interrupt me. You, come near my ley lines. Oh, they just ran out. Luckily, I have more. Alright, these ones didn't last so long, but still. Did we... Oh, just keep saying them until... Right, it wasn't 3 this time. This one might be randomized, like, as to how much you have to kill before one of them drops the report, I guess. We got it. This time it was 4. Sometimes it's 4. So were you able to find the report? Ah, this is it. I was in the middle of writing it when the dragon attacked and laid its grubby paws on it. I can't thank you enough for your help today. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere, if this is any indication. Guess you could have done this quest all the way back in level 56, right after you defeated Nidhogg. Now that my report has been completed, I can continue with a more detailed survey. But first we must collect the 3 aetherometers set up around the area. I'd hate to impose on you again. Oh, would you really? Adventurer, but could you collect them for me? These ones actually seem smaller than the other aetherometers, unless I'm forgetting. They're actually kind of appropriately more microscope size than the other microscopes, which seemed as tall as Komoi. I might just be remembering them wrong, but these don't seem to have the same heft that I remember. Yeah, they're definitely smaller. 99% sure. You have my thanks, adventurer. The etheric measurements seem to be in order. The scout to the south has completed his readings as well, has he not? Yes, the scout to the south on the... Oh wait, I guess that is the Sustin walls. Huh. For once it's in the same direction as the name. Anyway, on your return, pray collect the aetherometers from him as well. Once you have collected all the aetherometers, deliver them to Mayen. Pray hurry. An airship should be coming to collect our measurements soon. I shall continue my scouting and return by a different route. Nothing new. Yep, the Sustin walls to the south. So did the ancient people just build these on the floating islands, or did the floating islands, like, drift apart, like, a long time ago? I assume they had the dragon's help for, like, building up here in the sky? Presumably. Right, he's up here. It is good to see you again. So you've come to collect the aetherometers? Well, the measurements should be complete by now, but I haven't taken the time to make sure yet. I hate to bother you. Oh, would you? Really? But could you collect them for me? I would like to examine them before you bring them to my inn, so bring them here before departing. I mean, we're offering to help, but to hear them say I would hate to trouble you every time, it's kind of funny. And one more presumably on the opposite end, yeah. Yes. These measurements should prove to be satisfactory. Adventurer, please bring these to my inn, along with the aetherometers from the Northern Scout. The Northern Scout at the Western Waters. It doesn't matter. It never mattered. And over here is the Eastern Eyes. Is there a Western... No, wait, not Western. A Norse? Nostin? Whatever. Doesn't seem to be a northern whatever thing. Unless it's somehow to the south. Who cares? Actually, this rookery... Is this the place where that cutscene took place after they... Like the flashback from the Echo, where they were... The Heavensward and old King Haldrick, or whatever his name was, were talking about the eyes that they procured through illegitimate means. It does seem like the architecture, I don't know. Well, it's hard to say, it was all just kind of stone. Oh, I'm sorry, is something going on? Gomoy, while you were gone, my inn was... Gomoy, you're back. A dragon caught me unawares, but I'll be fine after some treatment. What news do the scouts report? A bunch of microscopes. Thank the 12, they completed their measurements without incident. This land is proving to be more dangerous than we had anticipated. Ah, the pain. I can scarce stand. Gomoy, pray put the aetherometers into that sealed crate over there. Oh, that one? It was there all along, we just never saw it. And done. You have my thanks, Gomoy. What in the 7 hells was that thing? Probably 1 or 2 more, I think. Gomoy, the potion is doing its work, and before long I'll be fully recovered. I was investigating the lower layer of the rookery, when a hulking shadow blotted my vision. I managed to fight the beast off and escape, but I fear it still stalks this place. 'Twould be a grievous error to let it live. More dragoons could come to harm. I would ask you to slay the beast for us. Once the deed is done, bring something from the beast. Anything that would aid us in identifying the true nature of the dragon. I would try to ascertain the true nature of the dragon that attacked me. Pray bring me something that could help me do so. Let's guess. I'm going to guess we're gonna chip off a horn or something, or maybe a tooth. If it's something else, then I guess I bet wrong. Even lower? Like... beneath the island? Oh, I guess so. Really getting mileage out of this area too. This weird part of the architecture. I mean, they introduced flying in this expansion, let them use it. Oh, this guy is actually pretty beefy, it seems. I usually debate if I need to use lightning on these guys, because typically seems only useful if you let it stay on for a long time, but don't actually know the full mass of how that works out. Well, it seems like I didn't need to use the lightning anyway. Oh well. Mayen said that she had never seen such a dragon before. If only I had been there, maybe, or mayhap, she would not have come to harm. I thought you were always standing here right next to Mayen. I guess sometimes she leaves. I cannot in good conscience let our dragoons scout the area while that beast still lives. Were you able to track it down? Yeah, and we got a rusted Bessigue. That is definitely not a horn or a tooth, I guess. A circular plate affixed below the armpit to deflect sword or lance thrusts. This one is rusted clean through. Well, I guess it's more telling than a tooth or a horn. You pulled this from the beast's corpse? This armor dates back to before any of us were born, but there can be no mistake. It was forged in Ishgard. This must mean that dragon was once a heretic, and drank of the dragon blood until he... The gilding on the armor indicates it's hundreds of years old. What would drive a man to choose to become that? To a heretic? Does such a transformation indicate transcendence? Mayhap 'tis not for me to understand the mind of a heretic. Nevertheless, we owe you our thanks for ridding us of that abomination. Alright, this seems like the last one. The picture changed. And actually, yeah, this is where the prerequisites come in. We needed to do all of that other stuff to unlock this one, I'm pretty sure. And now we're really getting into it, I hope. Well, it seems we've completed surveys of all the ancient battlefields, thanks to you. However, I have one last request to burden you with. I would ask that you deliver 2 things to Sir Handaloop at the congregation. Firstly, I would have you deliver the sealed crate containing the aetherometers. Secondly, I ask that you retrieve the observation log from the scout to the northeast. I shall inform my scouts at each location that our mission is complete. Then we shall return to Ishgard together. Once again, you have my thanks. We would not have been able to finish our mission without you. Oh, is that different? We shall not forget your selfless contributions. Was that a motorcycle outside? I guess it was. Oh yeah, this. The birds outside my window I can accept. Loud motorcycles being caught by the microphone I would rather not. I wonder if the architecture of the area that you can see from out here matches the architecture of the area when you're inside the actual dungeon. It's not like you can see that much, but you can kind of make out a site form or something. Wouldn't even be able to tell you what the architecture is inside the dungeon. I think it's just like wandering around some scaffolding outside, whatever you would call it, and then going inside the area. I've received word from Sir Mayen, and have written down detailed information of my observations. Pray bring it to Sir Handaloop at the congregation. The other scouts and I will remain behind at this post, and continue with our work until Mayen calls for us. Give Sir Handaloop our regards, adventurer. I hope Sir Handaloop can glean some useful information from our reports. If only. It'd be nice if ethereal manipulation worked on NPC targets. It'd be really fun. I mean, they're kind of allies, right? This only works on your party members, but it should work on anyone that isn't an enemy. And I guess there are instances where this does work on enemies, like when it's not ethereal manipulation, but like one of those abilities that mimics ethereal manipulation, like the one in PvP and also the one in, well, Bostra, is like one that any class can use, not just black mages. Anyway. Komori. It seems the operation at the Turning Mist was a success. What exactly did our scouts discover? A thermometers and a log. That's what they discovered. These 8 thermometers and the observation log will prove invaluable. However, this news that my inn was attacked by a heretic-turned-dragon is troubling. I've been mulling over the information you and Estinian have brought to light. To think that at one time, dragonkind and mankind once coexisted. Yet now we must contend with dragons born of heretics, in this never-ceasing conflict. It is much too early to say if the news of our once peaceful past should be given credence. You still don't believe it, huh? But it would be foolish to reject it outright. Guess it's hard to come to terms with that sort of thing. The best course of action would be to become more familiar with the history of the Turning Mist. It is only through knowledge that we can decide our next step. At least he's forward-thinking. Estinian's report contained detailed information on the Mughals that inhabit that area. Mayhap they would prove to be an invaluable source or resource for us. Komori, it seems you've developed a bit of a relationship with them, have you not? I would say so, yeah. We've only done like 17 different quest lines for them. I apologize for asking another favor of you so soon after you've returned. Oh, do you now? But I would be grateful if you could help us strike up our own relationship with them. You have my thanks. I shall personally accompany you to ensure that this meeting does go favorably, and to show the Mughals my proper respects. We shall depart shortly. Komori, I shall see you at our destination. Let us meet again at the Turning Mist. And we're off, on a fact-finding mission, I guess. Not more people coming to Mogholm these days. Komori. I see you still haven't chosen a proper Moogle name, Kupo. No, we have, just this episode. Kumoi Moogliko. That's our name. What would you ask of me today? There are those from the surface that wish to know the history of this land. Very well. If you vouch for them, I see no reason to refuse their request. However, I would ask one thing of you in return. The Mughals wish to live in peace, and we can't do that if war rages across the land, Kupo. As long as our desires are understood, I'd like nothing more than to meet these new friends. Now, where can we find this Sir Handloop? He's coming. Excellent, Kupo. I shall dispatch members of the Palm Guard to escort him at once. Komori, please go along with them. They may be shy around so many new visitors from the surface, Kupo. And actually, does anybody use Moog rather than Mog? Because I was debating if it should be Kumoi Mogliko or Kumoi Moogliko. It seems like everyone actually uses Mog, though. Well, maybe it's Kumoi Mogliko. No, that just doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound like Moriko. I like Kumoi Moogliko. It's close enough to the naming convention, I think. It's actually quite a distance away, right? He would have come to the same landing that they scouted out. That makes sense. And I thought you guys left. There are so many people from the surface, Kupo. I'm a little nervous. Ah, Komoi, it seems you were able to arrange a meeting after all. You have my thanks. So that's a Moogle. I've never seen something so cute. I think Estinian had the same reaction. Tell all your friends Estinian had the same reaction. Oh, welcome to the training, Miss Kupo. Malgvin has told us about you. It's our pleasure to guide you to Malcolm. Ah, where are my manners? I am Commander Handaloop of the Temple Knights. We are honored to receive your guidance. Furthermore, we appreciate your willingness to impart on us your knowledge of the turning Miss. If there is aught you would require in return, we would gladly repay your kindness. Sir Handaloop, you come from a large city on the surface, yes? You might have exactly the knowledge we need, Kupo. We've long yearned to learn how to repair stone structures. If we did, we could repair Venus with our own paws. Us Moogles have a secret agreement with the great worm Hraithvelgr that binds us to protect the Holy Tower, but after 1,000 years, time has worn its luster. Venus is beloved by Hraithvelgr, and stands as a symbol of the friendship between the Landlords and Skylords. If we could restore its former glory, maybe the bond between your two races would be revitalized as well. Indeed, the Holy See's knowledge of stoneworking is vast. Very well. Although the road ahead of me may be difficult, I will do all within my power to convince the Holy See to send stonemasons and carpenters to do what they can. You are too kind, Kupo. However, there's one more thing I must ask of you. It may be too soon to allow so many people from the surface into Hraithvelgr's beloved tower. It could unnerve him. For now, we would ask that you teach us what you can at Mogholm, and then we can use our own paws to repair Venus. Oh, skip that. It may start with us repairing but a single brick, but if we keep at it, soon Venus will sparkle as it hasn't in a millennium, Kupo. I understand the Moogle's concern. I know all too well that 1,000 years of animosity cannot be forgotten overnight. Let us work with diligence, and brick by brick, we shall rebuild that which has been lost. It's a good thing that we have the sun rising now, because I think this might be a perfect thumbnail for like the content of the episode, Dragoons and Moogles. I'm glad we've come to an agreement, Kupo. Now let us be off to Mogholm. There's so much to share with you. Right, and then we're getting into this now. Craftsman stuff. Here we go. Oh, but now what? I don't think it was that. Okay. Well, oh, here we go. There we go. That's the one. We finally made it to the blue icon quest, I guess. And of course, we need to be Disciple of the Hand. Which we do have, it's just been a while since we played as it. I need to touch up this glamour quite a bit. It's really not doing it for me. It was fine in A Realm Reborn. Gonna have to think about this one. I think I'm missing some stuff on my hotbar. Right, the stuff up to level 100. I'll have to figure out where those fit in next time, I guess. I did this all on my main character, so I'll have to, like, port them over or something. God's damn Moogles. They'd lose their bloody pom-poms if they weren't attached to their heads. I can't find my nuts, Kupo. Find my pebbles, Kupo. You want to know where your pebbles are? Well, I'll tell you. Right after I shove them up your bleedin'... You know, it'd be funnier if you said, you want to know where your nuts are, I'll shove them right up your etc, etc. But, this is fine too. Oh, you're not one of them. Thank the gods. Finally someone capable of sensible conversation. You see, I was sent here at the Temple Knight's behest to teach stone masonry to these creatures. However, as soon as I arrived, they bombarded me with menial tasks, and before long I found myself traipsing aimlessly across the turning mists. I'll endure it no longer. It's time I bid good riddance to this place and its inhabitants. Madam, I'm loath to ask you to suffer such wretched company, but could you inform the one named Mogul that I shan't be returning? I dare not go myself, lest my temper get the best of me. I guess he can't stand all the Kupo. We've built up a tolerance. Well met, adventurer. The Palm Guard remains vigilant as ever. What brings you to Malcolm? A sudden craving for Kupo nuts? It's not sudden, it's ever-present. For Gomor. Another stonemason has gone home, Kupo? At least this one bothered to inform me, in a manner of speaking. I suppose I can't blame him for leaving. He was only trying to help us repair Zenith. They're sent here to survey the area and teach us what they know of working stone. Alas, the Moogles are more concerned with who can concoct the cleverest trick than who can build the sturdiest wall. They don't do it out of malice, it's just an impulse, like breathing or hiding. But the Ishgardians don't view it that way. So far, this is the 9th stonemason that's left us. They work fast. Or I guess they don't work fast, they leave. I fear Sir Handaloop may be regretting his decision to help. As a representative of Mogholm, I must offer him an apology and an explanation. Adventurer, will you guide me to Ishgard so I might mend this situation? Sure. Order a leaf, Kupo. I tend to get terribly lost when traveling on my own. I trust your preparations are complete? Excellent, then let us be off. 90 seconds. We're not gonna wait. I think it's like a 10-minute or a 15-minute cooldown time on return. Maybe 12. Greetings, Sir Handaloop. If it isn't Mogul and Gomor, an unexpected visit, but a welcome one, for I had been hoping to speak with you of our stonemasons. Each one has returned within a fortnight, more Ross than the last. They claim the Moogles are proving to be less receptive to their teaching than they had anticipated. Sir Handaloop, my deepest and most sincere apologies, Kupo. The others only meant to make the stonemasons feel welcome, by including them in their mischief. They never meant to anger. I swear on my honor as a palm guard that it will not happen again. For the sake of friendly relations, I'm more than willing to put this misunderstanding behind us and begin anew. Alas, we have already sent you every stonemason we can spare, and I fear there is little hope in convincing any of them to return to Mogholm. You haven't sent every stonemason, my dear Handaloop. Lord Terrason? What brings you to the congregation? Let us dispense with the titles, shall we? And surely you can surmise why I'm here. Every one of those thick-skinned milksops was a pupil of mine. How would it reflect upon me if I let their negligence bring this project to ruin? Besides, this task came to us directly by the Holy See, and failure would result in my family becoming a laughingstock for generations to come. His family. So you see, for both personal and familial honor, I must take up my hammer and succeed where my students have failed. Alas, I am well past my prime. The hammer weighs heavy in my hand, and my mind dulls with age. Alone, I fear I might fall victim to the clever deceptions of the Mughals, or my body might crumble under the stress of so much physical labor. Perhaps with the help of a young, stout adventurer. We're quite stout, aren't we? One who has won the respect of the Mughals, one who is well versed in their ways. Only with such a partner could this old man possibly hope to keep his honor from being sullied. Do you know any such adventurers, friend? Pray tell me you do. Gee, I wonder who. What courage! Did you see that Andalou? This strapping young lass put her name forward without a second thought. Truly you have brought solace to this tired old man's heart, Gomori. No, I guess we didn't put our name forward and he just assumed we did. Kupo, I'm not sure I understand. Are you saying both you and the adventurer will help us? Indeed, my furry little friend. You shall be well taken care of. Now our first order of business should be to gather all who are involved in the restoration. Malkul, I entrust that task to you. Komor and I shall not be far behind. Before we depart, however, we have some work of our own to complete. You see, I mean to show the Mughals that they are not the only ones with a penchant for trickery. Come, meet me at the Jeweled Crozier, and we can begin preparations. Once again, it would seem our burdens have become yours. My apologies. For what it's worth, the Temple Knights will provide you with any aid you might require. For now, I suppose it would be best to follow Terrasen's lead. He is a wise man, although his methods can be somewhat unorthodox at times. If the Temple Knights really wanted to help me out, they would pay for all of my crafting school stuff, which is what I call the process of going through all the trouble of leveling up your crafter or gatherer, which usually requires spending a huge amount of money just to fill out your crafting log or do the crafting quests. Unless you gather the things yourself, which I usually don't. Oh, what are you guys doing here? Pray pay no heed to Lord Amanelaine, Mistress Moriko. I'm certain you have far more pressing demands on your time, and for his part, my lord has lessons to attend. He has resumed training in the blade, you see, and has shown admirable dedication for the most part. I believe he has a mind to take up Lord Horshafon's mantle, but if he is to succeed in this, he will need all the help he can get, and as few distractions as possible. There you are, old girl. We must go to the tavern together, and soon. My friends all demand to be introduced to the Warrior of Light, and they refuse to take no for an answer. Right. We're gonna say no to that. We're too busy doing stonemasonry, I guess, which isn't an actual crafting class. Maybe I should actually be considering leveling up a different... that later. Consider leveling up a different crafting class, now that we're actually doing an entirely different society quest for the crafting thing, like in a different expansion. Already level 91 on this. What are our options, anyway? Where is that? There it is. We could do Carpenter, Blacksmith, Armorer, Goldsmith, Leatherworker, Weaver, and Culinarian. I guess the closest one to being a stonemason would be Miner, but that one's not Disciple of the Hand, so we can't do it for this quest line. Well, we'll think about it. There you are. Before we begin, I would draw upon your knowledge of the Mughals. Namely, I wish to know what foods they are partial to, for I believe therein we shall find the means to deceive them. Kupo nuts. So their makeshift economy revolves around these Kupo nuts? Why this plan practically crafts itself. Over our next course of action is plain, and I believe you are just the last to rise to the challenge. For your hands speak volumes that your words do not. They are the hands of a practiced artisan, much like my own. There is no need for humility, my friend. You are among peers, and as your peer, I would be honored to call upon your aid. I ask that you craft me a Kupo nut, not a real one, mind you, but a fake one, but a fake which could fool even the most discerning Mughal. As I have never laid eyes on a Kupo nut myself, I must entrust this task to you. I require only one, which I shall use to make more. I believe with the proper application of dye and wax, you can craft a Kupo nut that will both look and feel like the real thing. Here, I believe these materials should prove sufficient. Can an alchemist craft this sort of thing? I guess it's sort of like making a homunculus, crafting a fake human in place of a real one. Or maybe it's not like that at all. Whatever. Now I know full well that even the Master has her failed attempts, and so have instructed Matti here to provide you with more materials, should you require them. Right, we might need better gear. I think I still have like the level 50 gear equipped or whatever from doing the Ixal quests. Or not even that, some of the stuff is just kind of way too low level. I don't even have crafting accessories over here. At least this is level 50. Well, we're a level 90 crafter using level 50 gear. How does that actually work out? Does that mean we're maybe going to be in the clear? Guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, not that. Or that. Right, I think starting with this, all of the crafting questline stuff is going to be in its own stuff. Or, no, it'd be under society quests. Guess it shows up all of the stuff that's, well, I guess a spoiler, up to level 90, because we're a level 90 crafter. Kind of funny. And I guess we don't actually have to make it high quality, this, technically, but we're going to, right? And actually we have that one skill, don't we? We don't have the CP for it, damn. Can we quit? Did that, like, use up the material? It did not. Who did he say we could buy this from? It was from the system that told us. Everdu or Nolaise. Why two of them? Fieldcraft supplier. Oh, that's land. Alright. Seems like we would want... Right, we have a secondary tool too. Guess it would be this level 60 primary and this level 59 secondary. But mainly what we want is CP, at least 250 or something. These don't give us CP, but... Actually, they're pretty costly. I don't have that much money. I mean, I could sell some of the stuff that I've been hoarding. I just want the stuff to bring me past the CP limit. Armor, there we go. It should give us CP. What is that? A white witchret. Huh. Gonna have to figure out how you get that. It seems like these are still kind of pricey, but... No, none of these give us actually CP. You know what we actually need is... Oh no. We need the accessories, but... None of these guys sell accessories. I'm sure one of them does, right? No. Not that. You would think armorer, but this is different, I guess. Jeweler, there we go. Okay, yeah, let's go all in on these, I guess. It'll cost a fair bit of money, but this is what we have it for, right? And these aren't, doesn't seem like they're unique, so we can equip 2 of the rings. It's probably a better use of our money, though, actually. Actually, wait, hang on. Before we spend any more money, we are level 90. The market board is right here. Anyone selling on the cheap? Any trash that they're trying to get rid of at a really high level? There's no way any of these are actually worth this much. Except for the stuff that's actually like level 100. This might be a dead end. These don't even give me that much CP, I think. Wait, these aren't even crafting rings. Why aren't... Okay, yeah, I guess we left the territory of the crafting rings at some point. Well, I guess we're not buying from here. We could check for the other pieces of armor, but I think we can just assume they're all going to be the same story. Right, we just need one of these for CP. Kind of putting it in a confusing place. They put the CP one at the bottom here, and then put the GP one at the bottom here. And here's the CP at the bottom again. And at the top again here. Right, is that enough? We have 290. Good. That's enough. That's all I wanted. Do I have like a... There it is. Alright, let's craft this thing. And with our level 90 ability, boom. Instant quality. Guess we have to work on our progress too, though. How goes your work, Omori? There is no need to rush. I would not want a masterpiece to be marred by a hasty hand. It's a masterpiece. So this is a Kupo nut. Although I am not a Moogle, I am certain that if I was, my stomach would be rumbling at the sight. Impressive, considering the meager materials we had on hand. No doubt you are wondering what I plan to do with this. Do not worry. I would not dare spoil the surprise for you. For now, just know that I intend to make more. It may take some time, so pray go on ahead to the plaza near Zenus. I shall meet you there. Alright, fine. We will wait at the plaza near Zenus. Right over here, yeah? We're finally here. It only took forever. Nope, we didn't see him. He's not here yet. Komoy is going to wait for Terracin to arrive. He hasn't arrived yet. He did say it would take a while. He's definitely not over there, just beyond the ridge of the stairs. So while Komoy waits for Terracin, I guess she's just going to take inventory of these pots and these boxes. Maybe steal some goods from them, who knows. Now would be a good time to take a break.